Hi everyone, I'm Alistair Stevens, and this is the Spelunky Daily Challenge for the 26th of October 2013. It's Friday night. I've had a couple of glasses of wine. This is not going to be Spelunky per se, but it's going to be on that spectrum. Let's use Jungle Boy tonight. A token of my still remaining solitary success at this game. I've only ever finished this game once, and Jungle Boy was my reward. I don't think that spider's going to bother anyone. I think he can remain up there unmolested for now. Famous last words. The wonderful thing about playing Spelunky for an extended period of time is that you can hear the echoes of your own failures in your words every time I say, that probably won't hurt me, or nothing could possibly go wrong. Okay, this looks like a recipe for disaster. Can I lure you down here? Can bats fly through those platforms? I guess they can't, and I don't care enough about that jam to needlessly provoke it. I think that if Batman has taught us anything, it is that sometimes it's better to leave well enough alone. Let's bomb down through here. I'm going to have to waste a bomb to get into this anyway, but there's no way that I can resist this much treasure and a crate. It would be reckless indeed, and at a net profit of 2 bombs. 2 whole bombs, people. That's not nothing. This is actually a rather well equipped opening level. Which means, of course, that the game is just biding its time. I don't buy this nonsense of a random level generator. I know very well that these levels are handcrafted to disturb and frustrate. It's the only possible explanation. Speaking of which, I wish I'd read it carefully enough to actually recall the details, but I was reading the blog post that was put up about the random level generation in Spelunky. It's a fascinating exploration into some of the underlying mechanics and the kind of mechanics that I think, unless you were interested in game design, you wouldn't necessarily give any thought to at all. I think that we imagine that random is random. You know, there's a switch that you can pull that just generates a random level. But the amount of effort that goes into playtesting and refining that algorithm, I can't imagine. I don't actually know how long Spelunky was in development for exactly. I know that there was the Flash version, which I remember seeing and completely overlooking as uninteresting, as I've mentioned on previous streams. Platform games are not typically my jam. I'm more given to your, Grognardian role-playing games or heavy-handed narrative games. That's kind of where I am. Although I really am appreciating my recent renaissance for PC gaming. Buy everything. Why not? My recent renaissance of PC gaming has been accompanied by a profound appreciation for systems and the way that they combine to create the play experience. I think it's something that I would love to place it at the feet of modern game design. But the truth is, of course, that games are now, with a few exceptions like Spelunky, games I think are now systematically more transparent than they used to be. I think that when I used to play, XCOM back in the early 90s and delighted in its mystery, I didn't give any thought to the underlying systems that were defining my play experience. All of which is to say that games haven't changed. I have changed. Games have not become more structurally transparent. I've just begun to understand them better and to see them in a new way. To see them not simply as narrative creations, which I think is always it's always a temptation for writers is to see the writing in everything. I've been playing Telltale Games' brilliant Walking Dead game, which has just been astonishing me at every turn and exceeding my expectations at every turn. And it occurs to me that I think there was a time when I thought all games were authored like that. It's actually fascinating. I would love to go back and have a conversation with the me of the mid 1990s when I played basically LucasArts games, I think, for a long period. Pretty much anything about LucasArts. That was an incredibly risky maneuver that somehow paid off. The game chose not to punish me for that, and instead save its punishment for something later. So I spoke recently of the need to... Oh my goodness, I didn't even see the key. But I hear a damsel. Ah, there's the key, okay. Then it's time to get all liberal with bombs. I was talking on a recent stream about the need to be conservative. The need to pay attention to the fundamentals. To not let your developing familiarity with Spelunky blind you to the essential mean-spiritedness of some of its gameplay. Ah, damn. That was never going to work out. That is just a catastrophe. Okay. Oh, no! Well, there comes a time in everyone's Spelunky career when they are murdered by a ghost in an untimely fashion, and there it is. Recorded live for the internet. That's frustrating. It's frustrating to be taken out by something so trivial. I've got to develop my sense of how long I have on each level. But that is it for today. I'm the first person to get in, so I don't even know how well I did. It's so frustrating. Tomorrow, Spelunky, tomorrow will be different. Every tomorrow will be different.